This content is brought to you in association with my buddies over at Jam Jam Cards UK. You can find the links to the eBay store and the Facebook page in the description. Hi guys, it's Joe here from Rufioh. We got Jam back on the channel. We've got the first top that's above locals level.
Yeah.
He's still a bit annoyed because the winner box he took afterwards, he wasn't too happy with the results, but he's still got his top, and that's all that matters. Got a nice, cool 7th place finish.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not bad, not bad at all. And what were you playing?
I was playing Ignistas again.
Ignista.
Yeah, still good.
I think this may have taken over as like your best deck, right?
Yeah, probably. It's either this or Infernoids back in the day.
Awesome, cool. Well, before we get stuck in, obviously I must shout out this man, because he sponsors me. Check out the channel sponsor Jam Jam Cards UK. This is his company, along with Henman, if you know who he is. Everyone bloody does. Check them out. Link in the description. Use the code Rufioh15 for 15% off some singles on your order. So, shall we get stuck into the profile?
Yeah, please.
Right, take us away when you're ready.
So, to start the deck off, we play 3 Picari. This is the start, or one of the starters of the deck, and the other starter is a Chi-Chi. These two are combos on their own. They will make towers on their own, or they can make 2 access codes on their own. They can make 1 access code under a Mystic Mine. They can do a whole lot of things just on their own. But these are the main starters of the deck and the ones that you want to see. The only other Ignistas we say, Bururu, this is a combo piece. You don't want to see him in hand. Hayari, this is just an extender. Gachiri, another extender, the best extender in the game. And Doyon, which is a combo piece and kind of a pseudo starter if you've got Bururu, or Bururu's a pseudo starter if you've got Reborn, etc, etc. But they're all played at 1 because we don't really like to see them, we like to see the other ones. The only other monsters I play is today I was playing 3 Gammas and 1 Driver, and these are absolutely insane at the minute. This is the only hand trap I play. And going as the deck goes second, most of the time I just let them play, and then in the standby phase they generally tend to scythe me, and this stops that's one part of the scythe block.
Yeah.
So it'll either stop the Fleur or the Herald, or the scythe itself. I've summoned these two so many times today. They do lock you out of being able to use Transcode Talker effect, but you have 2 free bodies on the field, which are 3,500 as well. So you just do your combo, make an access code, and just win through that. But being able to stop a Dimension Shifter is also insane, because the amount of people that de-shift you in the standby phase is pretty nuts. And now onto the spells. This is a very, very spell-heavy deck. So we play 3 Silent Mining. This searches a Chi-Chi, searches Picari, searches any extender you need, and to go with it we play 3 I Meet You. This does the same thing. Searches 3 Picari, or it searches a Picari. No, it doesn't. It searches them a Chi-Chi. Or it can search Doyan, it can search Gachiri if you need to, but you just reveal 1 from the extra deck and search 1 of the same attribute as that. So you reveal the Earth, you reveal the Dark, etc.
Sure.
Play 1 Idle Reborn, 1 Fighting Spirit. These are both reborns for the deck. This one's quick play, so it's slightly better. This has another effect which I've never used. They both have another effect actually, but I never use them. So they're just reborns that you can recycle and search.
Sure.
These are the extenders to get into your 6K if you haven't seen the Hayare or the Gachiri and you go first. The other Ignister cards I play 2 Island. This card is actually so broken. Each turn you can special summon different Ignistas, different attribute Ignistas from your hand if you control no monster in your main monster zone. So technically this can summon 6 times. In my deck it can only summon 5 because I don't play an Earth Ignista Doyon because it's only level 4 or lower. But yeah, this can special summon Picari, special summon the Chi-Chi. It's absolutely insane, and when people ghost over it, because they always ghost over it, you can just set it back from the grave by banishing an Ignista. So they waste a card for no reason.
It's pretty good.
Or they'll DPE it, because a lot of people like to DPE stuff. To search it, we play one Terraforming, but this really just searches the best card in the deck, which is Mystic Mine.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Mystic Mine, obviously, because it's amazing. If I get Scythe locked, a lot of the time I just end up sitting on a Mystic Mine for a turn, let the Scythe lock wear off, and then kill them the next turn. Also, if you go first and you make 6k towers, out in 6k towers, a Mystic Mine on the field makes it a lot harder, especially if you have Wind Pegasus in the grave, because they have to pop this, and then Wind Pegasus will just bounce back whatever they pop you with. Mystic, yeah, and the fact that you can make access code under this with just an Achichi or just a Bakari is insane. And it stops hand traps as well. They've got 3 monsters. It's just so good. And a lot of the time, even if all of those things are irrelevant, it'll bait and negate because people don't want to be stuck under a Mystic Mine.
Sure.
For the negates, we play 2 Chalice, because Chalice is a good card. It's good against
And you
Scythe.
always open it with Regeki, don't you?
Oh yes, the best card to open with Regeki. It's good against Scythe, it's good against Baron, it's good against a lot of things. Bait something out, then negate it, they're down a card. To go with it, triple droplet. Does the same thing, but slightly better. And a lot of the cards in the deck are quick play spells, so if they don't do anything in the standby phase, you can activate a card, activate another quick play card, then activate droplet, send in those cards, you get a bunch of free negates and they can't respond to it with whatever you send. Yeah, broken cards.
Pretty good.
More Scythe hate, we play 2 Cosmic because we hate Scythe. Scythe lock is a thing.
Understandable.
And then for hand trap hate, because we hate hand traps, triple talents. I was wrong about the Cosmics. I actually play, no, that's not right. We actually play 3 Cosmics.
There we go.
Yeah, that's right. 3
Got mixed
Cosmics, 3 talents. It looks a lot like a Regeki. 2 Regekis today. Regeki is insane, but it's only insane in certain matchups. If you get Scythe locked, Regeki does nothing. And if you Regeki them and Mystic Mine them afterwards, it does nothing because you Mystic Mine just pops. So, although I love to see Regeki with Chalice, it's like another win con on top of the Mystic Mine, on top of all of the...
Which gives you different options for different courses.
Yeah, and this is so good against DVD, as I found out today. Because they don't put out any spell negates, so you can just Regeki them and clear their entire board, and then it turns off all their back row as well because they need DDDs to do stuff. And the last card is One Duster. I saw this so much today in matches I needed it. What can you say about Duster? It's insane.
Not much to say. At least it's a 1-for-1,
Yeah,
and
very
usually
nice.
better.
A lot of the time it was just bait and negate. I did go against somebody and stop them using their Scythe, and then had Duster in hand and almost dusted them, forgetting that there was a Scythe
Almost,
today.
almost.
But, we remembered that they had a Scythe, so we didn't do that in the end. Onto the extra deck. I play 1 Wind Pegasus Ignista.
Yep.
This you summon during your combo. If you go in second, it can pop back row. If you get impermed and you summon it and you've rebooted them, I play reboot in the side, but you can pop whatever they set plus the imperm. And then if it's in the grave and one of your cards is destroyed, it just spins it back to deck. It's such a good card. And we play 1 Link Spider for when we get nibbed, because we always get nibbed. Nibs in everybody's deck. I played 2 Dark Infant because you need 2 for the 6k Towers combo. When it's special summoned, you can search the field spell, and when a Ignista with 20, Cyburst with 2300 attack activates its effect, you can move it to the zone it points to and change its attribute. So you summon it underneath Templar, move it, change it to Divine, and then you make your 6k Towers underneath with using this. We play 2 Splash Mage because everybody wants to target the Splash Mage. A lot of people will pop it before you use the effect, so you can even make a second one in the same turn. If you can't, it gives you longevity. If you go first, you have to use it in your combo to make 68 towers.
Yeah.
And then you'll want it again to make access code.
Sure.
Obviously, I only want to make access code because going second is so much stronger. But 2 is mandatory, I think. 1 Cybus Wicked. This is through the combo. It just searches Brewery when you special summon to the zone it points to. Update Jammer for killing them. This is not once per turn. You can make 2 access codes, both of which can attack twice.
Pretty good.
Because why not? Security Dragon for when you've got weird stuff on the field. You can make Gamma and Driver into this if you need to clear zones. But also it has a really cool effect, whereas if it's co-linked, it can just bounce a card, which a lot of decks seem to have problems, like problem cards, that you can't out through destruction with access code. So Security Dragon just gives you that option.
Sure.
But yeah, if they summon a Kaiju to your field, for example, this just requires 2 monsters. Next we have Transcode. It's a link 3 that special summons something to the zone it points to from your grave, so it just makes access code. Fire Phoenix for I Meet You because it's rubbish.
Yep.
I use it once every 3 months, maybe.
It's just there for when you need it.
Pretty much. Dark Templar, this is a main combo piece going first, but it's also one of my main combo pieces going second for when I make 2 access codes.
Yep.
If a card is summoned to the zone it points to, it can soul charge back to the zones it points to. So put Infant underneath. This activates this effect. Infant will be changed 2. This moves across. This can summon to 3 zones.
Sure.
Then we play 2 of the Wincon.
That's all you want to do.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I don't really care what else they've got. Like, I don't want to stop them. I just want to kill them.
Make access go. Brrr.
Make it 5300. Attack twice. Make it unaffected. Make 2 of them. Yeah, game. And for when people make me go first, because they know I'm playing a going second deck, Arrival, because you make 6k towers and 80% of decks don't have an out in their main deck to this. A lot of people don't even have an out in their side deck.
Sure.
For the side deck, I play Triple D Barrier. Not sided this in once today. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good, but it's sort of coming out of being good.
Yep.
1 Rivalry. I haven't really gone first much today, thankfully. So I haven't really had to side these cards in.
You can do full combo under this, though, can't you?
Yeah, everything in the deck is Cyber, so it doesn't affect me in any way whatsoever. But it stops your opponent from Kaijuing you, stops them from nibbing you.
So a lot of your natural outs they can't do.
Yeah, it's a very good card. And if you play against any deck that goes into Cherubini is a fairy, and they get stuck. Which is quite funny. Lancia. I've sided this in a few times. I think I've activated it once today.
Yeah. It's good on paper.
It's good on paper. Like, it's not amazing against any specific deck right now.
Yeah.
Because a lot of decks, if you Lancer them, they still make a board. So I'd rather just have the board breaker. Yeah. I'd rather have a Cosmic Cyclone than a Lancia, for example. Because, yeah, it's just... Like, you need a lot of hand traps to stop most of the big decks at the minute.
Yeah.
Or you can just have 3 board breakers or cosmics, etc. 3 lightning storms. I sided these in twice today. Against DVD and against Eldritch. It would have been amazing against Eldritch, but the guy I was playing against changed Sanctum in the main phase, in the standby phase. So I had to, so I gammered his Scythe, meaning that I couldn't then Lightning Storm his back row.
Of course.
He had 4 back row, including a mistake. Yeah. Lightning Storm's good on paper again, but... and then the extra Mystic Mind for when I play against Base, because Base only has 1 out to Mystic Mind, and a lot of the time they put that in the grave during their combo.
Yeah.
And then you Mystic Mind them and you get a bit of reprieve to do your own stuff. 1 red reboot when you play against the back row, and I sided this in today as a one-off to, if I'm going first, you can pitch this.
Did it ever come up?
I pitched it once and then couldn't get to towers, so it was irrelevant.
Another on paper card.
I mean, this is played in the going first build all the time, but I don't like the going first build. It's just a negate from the grave. But that's basically the entire deck.
Sure. Okay, so we are going to do some bonus content for you at the end of the video, so stick around if you want to see how the combos work with the deck. He's going to do a quick rundown of how to get that mad OTK combo he likes to do, so we'll get into that. Any comments on what you might change about the deck or anything like that?
I'm going to be honest, I really like the deck at the minute. The dimension barriers are the only thing that's maybe, but I'm quite happy with the way the deck performed today.
Yep.
The only games I lost were to myself. I think, and I had 1 brick throughout the entire day, which is quite impressive. 1 brick in 8 rounds.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty
I'll
good.
take that.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, any shout-outs before we go?
Shout out to Manascrew Market at the locals.
Of course.
Best locals in the country. The competitiveness is amazing. Shout out to Rufioh. Shout out to the Jam squad.
Yep.
Shout out to myself. We did that at the start.
Yeah,
Pretty
fair
much
enough.
everyone.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for taking the time to do the profile. Congratulations, of course, on this first above locals top. Means to an end, isn't it? Next is regionals. Next is regionals.
Yeah, I'm always one away on regionals.
Always on the way. Thanks again for taking time to do the profile. Really appreciate it, guys. If you haven't already, you should most definitely hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Right, show us the combo.
So this makes 2 access codes, one of which is double attack, and all it requires is 1 Achichi.
Sure.
So normal summon Achichi, effective Achichi to search Bakari. And you link the Achichi into Infant. Infant will search you the field spell. Activate the field spell. Field spell lets you special summon. So special summon Bakari, effect Bakari, searches I meet you. Activate I meet you, reveal access code to search for Doyon. And you can link these into Cybers Wicked. It's the same as the standard going first combo to a point. Field spell to special summon Doyon. Chain 1 Cybers Wicked, banish for cost. Chain 2 Doyon to add back the Achichi. Cybers Wicked will search you Baruru. And you go link into Splash. Field spell to special summon the Baruru. Baruru will dump you. It can dump you anything you want. I often dump the Hyare or the Gachiri, but it doesn't really matter. And then you can use Splash to summon back the Doyon. And you can synchro these into Wind Pegasus. Baruru will summon back the Doyon. And you can link the 3 into Templar. Go field spell effect to summon the Chi-Chi. And then you can link the Chi-Chi into Infant. Go chain 1 Templar, chain 2 Infant. This moves across. And then you can special summon 3 from the grave. The point of dumping Gachiri or Hyare is if you have any extender, such as a Reborn, you can, or any other Ignista, you can then summon 1 back to make 2 double attack access codes.
Yep.
But for this one, we're going to go these 2 into an Update Jammer. And then we'll go Update Jammer and a Chi-Chi into Transcode Talker. Transcode to summon Update back. Then you can go Templar and Update into your first access code. This has 2 attacks and it's 5300. Then you can go these 2 into a second access code, which is 5300, but it only has 1 attack.
Sure.
If you have, as I said, if you have any extender, instead of right at the end here, where you have this,
Plus your monsters.
plus your monsters, you can go like any extender to special summon. So, and then you can go these 2 into transcode, into update. Sorry. Then you can go update and Templar into your first access code. This is 5300 double attack, and then you can go these 3 into transcode. Transcode summon back update. And this makes the second access code, which is 53 double attack.
Sure.
That's all. Yeah, easy combo. The other combo I'm going to show you is a very, very simple one. If you start with a Chi-Chi and Mystic Mine, you can go activate Mystic Mine. Normal summon a Chi-Chi. This is if your opponent has 2 or more monsters and they can't negate the Mystic Mine. So normal summon a Chi-Chi effect to search you Hyari. Special Hyari because you control an listener. Link the Chi-Chi into an infant to search your field spell. If they have 2 monsters, you do this before you summon the Hyari. If they have 3, you can do this afterwards. The field spell stays in hand, and then you link these 2 into Splash. Splash to summon back. And then into Transcode. Transcode summon back. And finally into Access Code. 53 Access Code. And you have 3 pops in the grave. And then once you've popped them, you can activate your field spell. So you can attack them.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.